Hi, HMTCA. So to get started on our quiz, I just open up some old ones here so I can copy and paste and give you some ideas. So I have an old assessment here. I'm going to do copy my Unit 1 assessment. I'm going to put in my practice here. Oops. Oops. Make sure I'm wrong copy. Control C. Control V. And you can put in your directions below. Control C. And you can put your form in there, put your directions in there, and then you have your question. So I have my first as I want my last name, and I just make sure there's no silly names, last name, or you can just have them put their full name. For this one, so you click on the question. We don't want it to be multiple choice. We want this one to be a short answer. So here, and type in your first and last name. Oops. Look at the spelling. First and last name, and we're good. So go to the next question. Alright, we go. Let's go back here. You can move on. We're going to make this a required question. So when it's green, that means it's required. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go get my first question. And what is the name? So I'm going to copy the program that we use to make. We go back here. We type it in. We're not going to make a short answer, but multiple choice. And then you just type in apps for cache app inventor creator and then apps are us. Alright. So next question, we can duplicate and move on to the next one. Alright, so we go down, go back to my introduction in here. So I'll just do one more question here from my first unit. So copy here, go to practice. So if you see here, you just duplicate it. Take it out, put it in, 2, so these Google Sites. Here, just go in and just call gear, pencil, page, and okay, so there we go. So now, here's another little cool feature. I'll say this was my first section. I want a second section. What I'm going to do here is I go here, and I'm going to add a section. And it breaks it down. So if you looked on my test here, I have section 2, which is my next section of the test. So I kind of do a little copy. Do a little paste here for you. I didn't really give a description. This is actually question 3. So I'm just going to copy and make my life simple. And do a question here. Oops, do that. Oops, mistake. So just delete that. And we're going to add a question right there. So that little button there adds question. Here, we know it was number 3. Question. And we choose. We're going to choose a whole bunch of different button that clicks on the screen. And this time we're going to choose checkboxes. I find these throw kids more. So, because it's all choose all that apply. So, C, V, C, Control V, C, Control V. I find these more valuable. Choose all that apply. Control C. Alright. So bang, and I put them all in there. So we're good. So we got the check boxes. And I just want to show you, if you preview it, what it looks like. So you have your Unit 1 assessment with the questions, type in your first and last name, and after they go, they hit the next button, which is, they gotta type something in, just to show you. Go on before they need to go on, and you click next, and there you go. And there's how that works. So let's take a look at some other questions here. Some other things you can do. So we have your sections here. We can add another question. You can have multiple choice. You can have short answer, check boxes. You can have a drop-down list, a linear scale, which is, choose 1 through 5. It's for like if you want to rate something. I don't usually use a drop-down for tests, but I do use the paragraph. So on my Unit 1 assessment somewhere down below, I do have a short answer. So if you want kids, this one you'll have to correct by yourself though. So I have check boxes if you go, they got multiple choice questions. I also have, so if you want them to, here's a long answer text, so here, copy the text, go to our practice, put it in. This is actually number 4. We're just making it up as we go here. So 4, it's a long answer. We want it to be multiple choice, but we want it to be a paragraph, which is good. Make sure they're all required when you go back through your tests, so they can't skip. It's also a very important feature to this. So that's some of the basics of questions. So you can do that. You can do short answer. Long answer will go in there, and then here I'm going to add one more question, so you can move them just by like doing this. I put that out of order, so I'm going to move that down there. And on my tests I have like binary ones, which just are short little things like this where they have to convert to binary. So you can just copy and practice. Put it in there. Question 5. And I have to convert that to a decimal number. You can even short answer, and I got the short answer text, and you can put the definition. That this, what I'd probably do is break a section and bring this to that section here. Oops, come on. Oh, let's see what we can do here. Yeah. Oh boy. So we can do that. We take this section, we can delete the section. Like that. So if you ever make a mistake, that's what you do. We can trash that. Then we can add our section. Call it binary. Give our directions. And now convert. Convert. Binary number to decimal. Okay. And you can go on adding your questions after that. So there you go. Alright, so that's some basics for just doing a simple getting started on quizzes. And if you looked at it and you previewed it, you would see, type in your name. Of course, I have to go through. Next, there we go. I'm going to check a couple here. Type in an answer. Hit next. They can always go back. Oops, and I made a mistake. So that's no big deal. So I did that. Go here. I'm going to make that a short answer. I'm going to go back and reload it. Fortunately, check. Here. Here, next. There, sorry, ignore that email. And there you go. You can type in your number. And there you go. You can submit your test. And there you go. So that's some of the basics of doing just simple questions.